Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I am going to discuss 21 MCQs on research aptitude, and these MCQs are very important. This has been set by analyzing the previous year question papers, so please watch the video till the end. Those who are watching my video for the first time, please go and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. So here we start. The first question is, the nature of hypothesis is what? A thoughtful statement, a forwarding statement, a temporary solution, all the above. So when it comes to nature of hypothesis, then hypothesis can be in any form. It can be in the form of a statement, it can be in the form of a temporary solution, it can be anything. So options are going to be D, that is all are correct. The next question is, the method of randomization is lottery or coin method, blindfolded on dice method, Tippett's table of irregular members, all the above. So I have told you in my videos that when we talk about randomization, then it relates to probability sampling, okay, where everything has equal chance of being selected. So here the options are lottery, yes, it follows the method of randomization. Similarly, coins, the same goes with the dice, and the same goes with the Tippett's table. Tippett's table is a table consisting of numbers. So here you have to select. So it follows the method of randomization while selection. So all the options are going to be correct. The next question is, we have to find out the correct statement, okay. Interval scale is based on arbitrary 0, ratio scale is based on absolute 0, both none. I have told you in my previous videos, yes, when it comes to interval scale, then the 0 has arbitrary nature, and when it comes to ratio scale, then it has absolute nature. So answer is going to be both A and B correct, okay. Next question is, the quality of non-probability sampling is non-probability. Options are easy and convenient selection of the sample. It has no question of probability selection and element. It can be analyzed through simple statistical method. All the above are correct. So just recall, when it comes non-probability sampling, it means that it is relating to unequal chance of every thing to be selected. So yes, it is easy and convenient, okay. It has no question of probability, yes. It doesn't give equal chance. It can be analyzed through simple statistical method, yes. So all the options are going to be correct for this. The next question is, the meaning of variable is what? Okay. So options are the quality having different values, the nature of happening which influences their happenings through its presence, both and none. So variable is something which keeps on changing their values, okay. They keeps on assuming different values at a given time and space. So in that scenario, this one is going to be correct. The second one talks about independent variable which affects the dependent variable. Recall these variables which I have taught you in my previous videos. So there you will know that independent variable is something which affects dependent variable. So here both the options are going to be correct, okay. The next question is, suppose a researcher has some prejudice relation to some problem, then the researcher carried out by him or her is of what kind, okay. So the researcher is biased. It is as simple as it is. So what kind of research is that? Value oriented? No, not at all. If it is biased, it can't be value oriented. Polluted? Yes. Inadequate? No, we can't say it is inadequate. It is prejudiced research? Yeah, it is. But here this option suits more because it is violating the research ethics. Okay, so the option is going to be B. The next question is, the advantage of sample is what? Fine. So let's recall about sample. Sample is something which is taken out from large population, okay. Why it is done? It is obviously done to save the time, save the money, save energy, everything. So the correct answer is all are correct. Next question is, the type of hypothesis is, okay. So hypothesis can be in any form. It can be interrogative, yes. It can be declarative, yes. It can be directional, yes. It can be even non-directional too. So the correct answer is all are correct. Next question is, a good synopsis is considered as what? A halfway research, a complete, a partial, a beginning of research. So the thing is that synopsis is something like, it's like a summary of your research work. Okay, so it is never a beginning, never. It is never a beginning. So if it is never a beginning, it is never a halfway. This one is also wrong. If it is never a beginning, it is never halfway, then it will never end, right? It will never be completed. So this one is also wrong. The correct answer is C, that is, it is a partial research. Next question is question 10. In post facto research, the position of the variable is what? Options are: generally the independent variable happened before the research, the researcher begins with single dependent and independent variables, and after it he studies the possible relations, all the above. So when we talk about ex post facto research, it relates to something which has already happened in the past. Now we are just trying to know about it. So in that scenario, this independent variable has already happened before the research. So this option is correct. The second one is that yes, in this research, the researcher begins with single independent and independent variables. So this one is also correct. After these two, he tries to find out the relationship between IV and DV. Okay, so the answer is going to be D. That is, all options are correct when it comes to ex post facto research. The next question is, just a second, yes. The ethics in research is not related to what? It is talking about ethics in research, and research ethics is important. Questions are always asked from these sections. So the options are self-interest, scientific method, reliability, humanity. So yes, humanity, it's correct. Reliability, yes, it is correct. It is scientific, yes. So this option is not related to self-interest. Okay. The next question is, that is question 12. Ratio scale combines the properties of what? Nominal, ordinal, interval, all. So I have told you in my previous lecture that when we talk about ratio scale, okay, there are actually 4 scales. 1, 2, 3 and 4. This ratio scale is highly advanced scale, and it combines all the properties of nominal scales, ordinal scales and interval scales. So all the options are correct. Okay, question number 13 is, it's all about scale. That is, Likert scale, net promoter scale and bipolar matrix table are associated with what? Options are nominal, ordinal, interval and ratio scales. So the thing is, I have told you in my previous videos when I was discussing about these scales that these 3, Likert, net promoter and bipolar, it comes under interval scale. The next question is question 14th, and it is, manipulated variable is what? Options are independent, dependent, extraneous, confounding. So it is very simple. Manipulated variable is always independent variable. Next, extraneous variables are in competition with which variable? Options are confounding, dependent, independent and attribute. So I have told you about extraneous variable that it is an extra variable. Okay, so this variable tries to affect the outcome of DV, that is dependent variable. There are 2 variables that tries to affect the outcome of DV. One is extraneous and the second one is independent. Okay, so this extraneous and independent are in constant competition against each other to affect DV. So the answer is going to be C. And one more thing, when this extraneous variable become the actual reason for the effect on DV, then it is changed to a new name, and that name is confounding variable. So when it succeeds in affecting the direct dependent variable outcome, then it changes its name and it becomes confounding, and as long as it is in competition with independent variable, the name remains extraneous variables. The next question is, an outcome of dependent variables may be affected by which variable? Okay, it's about DV. Options are independent, extraneous, active and attribute variable. So it is talking about outcome. So the answer is going to be A and C, because independent variable has another name and it is active variable, And when it comes to extraneous variable, if it succeeds in affecting the outcome, then it changes its name to confounding variable. Okay, fine. So this becomes the name. So the correct options are going to be A and C. Next question is 17, and question is, suppose you want to investigate the working efficiency of nationalized banks in India, which of the following methods will be adopted? It has been asked in December 2011. Options we have area sampling, multi-stage, sequential quota. So when we talk about nationalized bank, then we are talking about at a very large number of banks. So whenever there is large number of things, we always try to use multi-stage sampling, because it helps in giving us a cluster, that naturally existing clusters where researcher has no role in the creation of any cluster, and they randomly pick any one of the cluster, and whatever cluster they pick, they have to do sampling on each and every bank in that particular cluster. For example, I will tell you with one example. This is India. Okay, I am representing India. It consists of states. So this is a cluster of states. States are subdivided into major districts, and districts have their own cities. Okay, now these cluster of India as a country, then states, then district, then cities, all these exist naturally, means that researcher has not created them, they are already present there. What they have to do is that they have to either select one of the clusters through randomization method. It can be a cluster of whole country, maybe state, maybe district, or maybe city. Whatever cluster is being picked up by the researcher, after that, for example, if this city has around 10 banks, this district has around 50, similarly if it comprises states, then it has around 275, like this. So if I am a researcher and if I pick this city one, then I have to collect data from all the banks that is available in the city. I can't do any kind of probability sampling or non-probability sampling in this cluster, because I have already used multi-stage sampling method in selecting one of the clusters. So the option is going to be B. And if you want to have more clarity on this sampling thing, then please check out the videos on samplings and their types. I have explained there with all the examples. Next is, an intercept interviewing involves what? Stratified random sampling, snowball, judgmental, multi-stage. So the answer is going to be C, judgmental, because under intercept interviewing, the researcher randomly goes to the market and they try to collect data from the people whom he doesn't know. So in that scenario, he applies judgmental sampling, that on the basis of his own judge, he will approach the people to collect the data. Next is, consider them about positivism. Okay, so the options are, it is associated with interpretivistic approach, quantitative, scientific in nature, follows subjectivism. So when it comes to positivism, it is not interpretivistic, it is always like can be proved again and again, same thing. Yes, it is quantitative. It is scientific in nature. Yes, it is objective. No, it is not subjective, it is objective. So the correct options are second and third. So the correct answer is going to be B. The next question is, we have to consider them. Okay, so here are list of samplings: systematic, cluster, quota, snowball, and multi-stage. Which of the above is quasi probability sampling techniques? Quasi means similar to probability sampling. So under probability sampling, there are systematic, yes; cluster, yes; quota, no; snowball, no; multi-stage, yes. So the correct option is first, second, and fifth. So the answer is going to be first, second, and fifth. I think option D has been left. So guys, this was for today. I hope you will enjoy while solving these MCQs. So all the best for your exam, and if you really like this video, please share it and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.